Hi there. This is a set of videos that I put together just for you. I look forward to reading your comments and receiving your suggestions on how to make these videos more enjoyable or ideas for specific content that you might have. Thanks for watching. On Bring a Trailer today, a white with red stripes 685 mile 2016 911R sold for $470,000. Number 703 out of 991 examples, this was well sold. Powered by a 4-liter flat 6 revving to 8,500 RPM and producing 500 horsepower. It's also fitted with a limited slip differential. Sticker on the car was $210,000. Lots of options. The only non-option item of note was the manual transmission. When this was produced, the GT3, the base for this car, was only available with PDK. It is a lightweight car like an RS without the wing of the RS or GT3. 300 US 918 supercar owners were given first right of refusal on these cars, but a few went to non-918 owners. Choosing to purchase one of these new was a wise choice. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. On Bring a Trailer today, a Grand Prix White 5.9-liter powered 1989 Porsche 928 GT with 53,000 miles sold for $130,000. The engine in this 928 was originally 4.5 liters, and it was bored out to 5.9 liters, and virtually every component in the car has been touched. This was well sold. Engine mods include a billet crankshaft, 968 pistons, new connecting rods and bearings, replacement intake and exhaust valves, DLC lifters, Kevlar oil cooler lines, a replacement oil pump, water pump, and thermostat, lots and lots of labor, totaling more than $50,000, making this a solid performer with perhaps 375 horsepower. It sounds great. This car is cool. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. On Bring a Trailer today, a sand beige twin-plug 1967 912 coupe sold for $79,500. A very nice car. This seems to have been a fair sale. This little 912's engine was built by a 912 master, and it pushes out close to 50 additional horsepower without affecting the balance that 912 aficionados brag about when they typically fall behind their 911 brethren. This little guy will still be near the back of the pack, but it may be more fun driving than some others. There's a saying that it's more fun to drive a slow car fast than the reverse. This is the poster child of that mantra. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. On P-Car Market today, a black modified 33,000-mile 1986 Porsche 911 Turbo Slant Nose 3.4 liter sold for $84,000. Perhaps routinely classified as a fair sale, the slant conversion used OEM steel parts, and the mods to the engine include slightly increasing displacement to 3.4 liters from 3.3, adding a nice Ondial intercooler, Carrera RS camshafts, a larger turbo, and more. The market is punishing this example because it's not original, and I think that made it an opportunity for the buyer. My guess is that at some future date this will receive additional financial love from the community, and in the meantime can be enjoyed. It's a nearly 500 horsepower car purchased for less money than more tame 3.2 coupes. If you like the look of the nose, this looks like a keeper. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. On Bring a Trailer today, a silver backdated twin-plug 1984 911 coupe presented by a great seller sold for $142,000. This car definitely sounds like a hot rod, and the sale price seems fair given the components that were utilized. If you're confused by the lure of backdates, listen to this comment. This is way more fun and an incomparable driving experience to any brand new Porsche or Ferrari. For over 20 years, I've been buying new, but I'm not going to go that route anymore. Modern examples are just too computerized, too easy, frankly boring at any legal speeds. This car is exactly the thing I need now, want now, old school driving experience, keeping you on your toes. Make a mistake and you will pay the price. No electronic nannies to bail you out. Yep. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. On Bring a Trailer today, a paint-to-sample titanium original owner 1999 911 Coupe project with engine trouble and 62,000 miles sold for $10,900. The seller stated that metal has been found in the oil and he suspected the IMS beginning to fail. By listening to an included video clip, another mechanic diagnosed bore scoring accounting for the noise. This is a mechanic's special. For someone who has the space and can turn a wrench, this is economically viable and could be saved. It's also possible to have a good shop do the work and to have the total investment still under what might be a fair value, as long as the stars align in your favor. So that means no work during Mercury retrograde. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. On Bring a Trailer today, an Aga Blue 1967 911S Coupe located in Germany sold for $190,000. I like this car, and I think it was a fair sale. Originally delivered to the U.S., the car spent time in California and Texas before heading to Europe. The driving video that accompanied the photos show the car accelerating through the gears to an indicated 230 kilometers per hour. That's $142. That, my friends, is a driving video. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. On P-Car Market today, a diamond blue over silver blue 1988 911 Targa commemorative edition with 175,000 miles sold for $57,000. 875 produced, 300 came to the U.S., 80 Targas. This was probably a touch on the high side, and I love the fact that it's been driven. Unique to this model are both the exterior color and the seat color, and originally it had color-keyed wheels. These are replacement wheels with chrome centers that have seen better days. It's had relatively recent engine maintenance, and the interior looks pretty good. Would I prefer 75 instead of 175,000 miles? Sure. I still like the car. I'd just prefer it to be in the 40s. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. On P-Car Market today, a Nardo Gray modified 1970 911 Coupe RSR style 3-liter sold for $162,500. The interior, aspirationally described as tasteful, is a bit too much. Actually, there's just too much of it. The dash and doors? No. Still, this was a fair sale. It is fitted with a mild-tuned 911 SC carbureted engine, RSR-style bumpers, welded steel fender flares, a center-fill hood, bullet-style mirror, and fiberglass Kevlar rear ducktail, as well as a set of Magnus Walker 1552 wheels, riding on an elephant racing suspension, and more. Some included documentation shows invoices totaling well over $100,000, and I believe it. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. On P-Car Market, a remarkably clean Meridian 16,000-mile 2003 911 Coupe sold for $48,000. A top-of-market sale for a 996, this car is equipped with sport seats, turbo wheels with deviating color carpet and black mats. See how this improves the interior? It's no longer just a salty sea. Just imagine door caps in black. And the exterior color, Meridian, is an eye-catcher. If you wanted a pristine 996 and this color appeals to you, this would have been a car to pick up. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. On Bring a Trailer today, a Rosso Corsa 23,000-mile 2005 F430 6-speed conversion sold for $130,500. I really like these. Acquired by a dealer, this was well purchased. We'll probably see this again sometime. In addition to the conversion, a completely new AC system was installed last year at a cost of $23,000. 483 horsepower, 343 pounds-feet of torque pushed this 3,000-pound car up to nearly 200 miles an hour, 198, and 60 comes up in less than 4 seconds. The look is right, the performance is sufficient, and the car looks modern even as a 20-year-old design. Very, very nice. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. On Bring a Trailer today, a Carrera White 2011 Porsche 911 GT3 RS Sharkworks 4.1 liter presented by a great seller, sold for $338,000. This is likely more car than most know what to do with, perhaps including me. This must have been well sold. A stock 997 GT3 outputs 380 horsepower. The 540 horsepower this mod creates is a dramatic change. The performance in the included video is extreme. It is a beast, a great white Sharkworks. Yep, you knew it was coming. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. Today, Porsches include a Boxster, a 911, and a 911 Turbo. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer today, a Midnight Blue over Savannah Beige Yellow 49,000 mile 2004 Boxster S sold for $22,750. Despite the jaundiced interior, this was a fair sale. A black 25,000 mile 1999 911 Coupe sold for $36,000. An early model 996, this is subject to that particular micro market. The second owner has had this car for 22 years. This was a fair sale. A Polar Silver 40,000 mile 2002 911 Turbo Coupe sold for $63,500. A clean car, this sold at about the right price. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. On Bring a Trailer today, a Rosso Corsa 1982 512 BBI with 9,000 kilometers presented by a great seller, sold for $335,000. A beautifully presented low-mile car, this was well sold. Black seats with Ermenegildo Zegna wool inserts. Snazzy. The 4.9-liter flat 12 was rated at 340 horsepower. Just over 1,000 of these were produced, and this is as nice as I've seen outside of a museum or concours event. The Testarossa followed this car, and it is very nice, comfortable, relatively quiet, more of a grand tourer. 512s are more rough around the edges, louder, better sounding. Testarossas generally drive away from 512s. Progress. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. On P-Car Market today, an Azzurro California, a color borrowed from Ferrari, 14,000 mile 2006 911S Club Coupe sold for $112,000. One of 50 produced. I really like these. This is likely a fair sale. This example is even more rare as it sports the Aero Kit, one of just 6 so equipped. The X51 Power Kit bumps horsepower to 375, near the midpoint between a 911S at 355 and a GT3 at 409. Many like to mythologize their cars. The best ever, just as good as a GT3, something special in this model. I'm just not wired that way. It's a 911S with a slight power bump. The color is uncommon, yes, but a $40,000 911S driver that's been chipped and had a slight suspension tweak will perform the same. Pick your favorite blue and go to town for less than half of this sale price. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. On Bring a Trailer today, a Guards Red over Champagne 1988 Porsche 911 Turbo Cabriolet M505 slant nose with 2,700 miles sold for $332,000. This cab is in like-new condition, with a yellowish interior made 8 times worse because of the yellow steering wheel. The turbocharged 3.3-liter flat 6 was factory rated at 282 horsepower and 278 pounds-feet of torque. I'm not a big fan of slant noses. I think the styling and the rear intakes and strakes are a bit too boy racer unnecessary tack-ons. Regardless, they are striking automobiles, certain to garner attention. With this mileage, it's likely headed for a collection or museum. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. On Bring a Trailer today, a Maritime Blue 1993 Porsche 968 Club Sport with 69,000 kilometers sold for $83,000. One of 1,900 built, this great car was sold at a fair price. I really like 968s, and the Club Sports were unobtainable here in the US. Basically a lighter weight 968, most conveniences were removed as standard, but could be added back if the customer desired, like the sunroof on this example. Deletions included power windows, power seats, alarm, central locking, rear seat, and more. The suspension was lowered as well. Limited colors were available: black, Guards red, Grand Prix white, Speed yellow, or blue. In 1993, Maritime blue was available, but in 94 and 95, Riviera blue was the chosen shade. These are special cars. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. On Bring a Trailer today, a light ivory 1965 356 SC Coupe sold for $126,000. The restoration goal on this car was high-level driver, and it is. This seems like a fair sale. A bare metal repaint in light ivory, a rebuild of the engine, and conversion to a 12-volt electrical system, along with blue leather upholstery, was performed in 2016. This seems like a pleasant little SC that's fit for fun, if not the green lawns of a concours, and that works for me. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. On Bring a Trailer today, a white RSR-style 1975 Porsche 911 Carrera Coupe twin-plug 3-liter sold for $108,000. A whole lot of car for the money. This was well purchased. Powered by an engine sourced from a 77 turbo with the turbo removed, the twin-plug engine has mechanical fuel injection, and the car has center-lock 16-inch BBS wheels, RSR-style bodywork, H4 headlights, adjustable coilovers, finned brake calipers, a roll cage, Recaro bucket seats, and more. Also included is an FIA Historical Technical Passport race license valid through 2032. There's a nice driving video linked below. It's a lively car. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. On Bring a Trailer today, a Carrera White modified 2011 911 GT3 RS with 19,000 miles sold for $246,000. Lots of mods on this 997. This was likely a fair sale, perhaps a slight bargain. Yes, a car for those for whom a GT3 RS just isn't quite enough. Modified by BBI Autosport in Huntington Beach, California. This is likely a raw performance beast. There are several videos accompanying the photos, disappointing to me as they fail to showcase the 8,400 RPM redline. I think the shop's reputation sold the car. Modifications consisted of a 4-liter Intec manifold, Sharkworks coolant pipes, a Cobb tuning access port, a Guard GT2 limited slip diff, Öhlins coilovers, all very nice. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. On Bring a Trailer today, a GT Silver 19,000 mile 2007 911 Turbo Coupe sold for $136,555. A fat sale price here. This was well sold. I've mentioned before that I look at 997 turbos with the idea that $100,000 is the dividing line between most that are well purchased and fairly sold or well sold. This blew past that line in style. This car was listed and sold at $106,000 on Cars and Bids last September in a sale that I called fair, but the bidder didn't pay. Today, redemption to the tune of $30,000. Wowzers. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. On Bring a Trailer today, a Rosso Corsa over Nero 468-mile 2001 Ferrari 550 Barchetta Pininfarina located in Canada sold for $715,000. A stunning example of a limited production model. Only 448 were made. A previous Concours winner, this was very well sold. Number 166 of 448 Barchetta Pininfarina Roadsters produced. These celebrate the 70th anniversary of Design House Pininfarina. Included with the sale is a matching luggage set. The 5.5-liter engine was rated at 485 horsepower and 420 pounds-feet of torque, providing a top speed of 199 and trips to 60 in just over 4 seconds. This car is likely headed for a museum or private collection. Under wraps, almost assuredly. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. On Bring a Trailer today, a speed yellow 46,000 mile 2004 911 coupe sold for $64,996. A big sale price for a 996. This was a fair sale. The yellow plus the aero kit brought all the money, and the aero kits on these late 996s are uncommon. This particular example has a little too much yellow for me. Center console, seat belts, front and rear, door armrests, model designation on the rear. But overall, it is clean. An aero kit on a 996 is great. Speed yellow takes it up a notch. This or a C4S. Or a C4S with aero? That's all for today. See you tomorrow. On PCAR Market, a modified Grand Prix White 44,000 mile 1993 Porsche 911 RS America sold for $115,000. An odd selection to modify, as only 700 of these were produced. This appears to have been well purchased. The original 3.6-liter flat 6 is said to have been completely rebuilt and blueprinted by LN Engineering. The G50 gearbox and a limited slip differential were also rebuilt by LN, along with installing a new clutch. Other items in this car include Bilstein coilovers, new brake rotors and pads, and the seller notes that the car has been corner balanced and aligned. The cabin's been fitted with a painted roll cage, a Momo 3-spoke steering wheel, and a pair of two-tone Recaro RS Touring leather bucket seats with Schroth safety harnesses. This car is ready to move. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. On Bring a Trailer today, a black 24,000 mile 2010 Porsche 911 Turbo Coupe sold for $172,000. A pristine example, this 997.2 was well sold. The twin turbocharged 3.8-liter flat 6 was factory rated at 500 horsepower and 480 pounds-feet of torque. The Sport Chrono package features optional dynamic engine mounts and allows the 997.2 turbo to overboost temporarily, increasing peak rated torque to 516 for short bursts. 3 seconds to 60, top speed of 199. Swift. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. On PCAR Market today, a Cockney Brown modified 1975 911 Carrera Coupe 3.6-liter sold for $150,000. This seems like at least a fair sale price, perhaps a bit of a bargain. Lots of money went into this build, and 2 different owners contributed to the work. A 993-based engine was installed. Other mods include Porsche GT gears, Quaife limited slip differential, custom exhausts and headers, OEM 997 GT3 muffler with titanium tips, new air intake, Bosch fuel pump, and an 85-liter RS fuel tank with custom skid plate. The engine's not the only thing that was overhauled. A reworked suspension, including many Elephant Racing suspension pieces and some pieces from Porsche turbos. 2,300 pounds, 315 horsepower, race-ready suspension. Anyone else ready to take it out for a spin? That's all for today. See you tomorrow. On Bring a Trailer today, a Guards Red 1995 911 Carrera RS Club Sport with 38,000 kilometers sold for $296,000. One of approximately 227 examples optioned with the track-focused M003 Club Sport package. Carrera RSs were only offered in Europe in 1995 and 1996. Inside are Recaro racing seats, a Mater roll cage, and no carpet, no sound insulation, no headliner, and no power accessories. The 3.8-liter engine produces a relatively modest 300 horsepower, but with the lightened load it still performs as a race car. A well-balanced car that is at once tossable and satisfyingly stable. I've driven a Carrera RS, not a Club Sport like this, and it was compelling. This, I'm sure, is spectacular. That's all for today. See you tomorrow.